My wife thinks I still don't understand Spanish after 5 years of marriage, but I've been fluent for the past 18 months and hear every word she says to her mother about me. I started learning Spanish secretly after our 3rd anniversary. Natalia would light up during her mom's calls, glancing at me with these loving eyes while speaking Spanish, and I desperately wanted to know what she said about me. I'd seen those viral stories where spouses say the sweetest things about their partners in their language, so 6 months in, I could already understand most conversations. She complained about small things in English, but in Spanish, I was her patient, romantic hero who still brings flowers every Friday. These overheard conversations felt like love letters she never meant to send. The secrecy felt harmless, even romantic. However, everything changed 3 months ago when I accidentally reacted to something Natalia said in Spanish. She was complaining to her mother about me leaving dishes in the sink, and without thinking, I got up and loaded the dishwasher. She froze mid-sentence, then asked casually, "David, did you understand what I just said?" I covered quickly, saying I saw the dishes when I stood up for a drink. She seemed to accept it, but started watching me more carefully. Here's where it gets complicated. Natalia stopped taking her mother's calls when I was nearby, and even began testing me constantly. She'd switch to Spanish mid-conversation to say things like, "The mailman is cute," or "Your mother is annoying," while studying my face. I realized I needed to be extra careful, or I'd get exposed. The situation got worse when we ran into her college friend Rosa at the grocery store. They chatted rapidly in Spanish, and then Rosa said something about seeing Natalia at the lake last Saturday, and asked if he still drives that blue BMW. Natalia's face went white. She cut Rosa off sharply, switching to English to introduce me. Rosa looked confused and started to say, "But I thought he didn't understand." But Natalia interrupted her again and claimed we were late for a movie. I was super confused, mainly because I've never driven a BMW, and last Saturday Natalie was supposed to be at her friend's house, not at the lake. In the car, Natalia was silent, so I asked if I knew Rosa from somewhere. She seemed confused about something, I said. Natalia muttered, "She mixes people up a lot." That's when Natalia became obsessed with proving I understood Spanish. She called her cousin Luis, a linguistics professor, asking about tips on how to catch me in the act. She even documented my reactions in a notebook, studying me for micro-expressions. "Are you sure you don't understand Spanish?" she'd ask me, and I'd have to do my best to keep a poker face while saying no. The pressure is building because I'm cracking. Last week, I almost responded when she told her mother I had food in my teeth. The Rosa encounter keeps bothering me too. Who drives a blue BMW? Why was Natalia at a lake? Things escalated when Natalia told her mother she needs concrete proof before the 15th. She's been leaving voice recorders around the house, playing Spanish news at full volume during breakfast, even pretending to have emergencies in Spanish. Yesterday, she told her mother the house was on fire, watching my every muscle. The worst part happened this morning. Natalia left her phone on the counter while showering, and I saw a text pop up in Spanish. "Can't wait for this weekend. 5 years was too long. I love you." My blood went cold. When Natalia came downstairs, she saw me looking at her phone and her face went white. She froze in the doorway, and I could see her calculating, thinking about how she could get out of this. That's when I picked up the phone and handed it to her with a confused look. "Your phone keeps buzzing," I said. "Is everything okay?" She stared at me for the longest 10 seconds of my life, searching my face. I kept my expression blank, slightly annoyed even, like I was waiting for my morning coffee. The relief that washed over her was immediate. She actually smiled, a real smile, and called her mother right there while I made coffee. "Mama, he definitely doesn't understand Spanish. The messages were right on the screen and he just handed me the phone. He had no idea what he was looking at." Her mother laughed and said something about being careful. Natalia responded confidently, "I don't have to worry anymore. He's completely clueless." Then she smiled at me and continued speaking. "By the way, I'm finally meeting Diego again this weekend. I'll probably have to tell David that I'm on a girl's trip so he doesn't call." That's when I finally said something. "So, want me to drop your luggage off at Diego's? Or will you? Take an Uber." The look of pure horror on her face was priceless.